Now, since 1959, the first Barbies came out in the late 50s, and in 59 they started having, or maybe even 58, they started having careers for Barbie, and she's had 126 careers now. And sometimes Barbie and Mattel have been sort of ahead of their time. In 1965, they had Astronaut Barbie, and that was years before Sally Ryder, the idea of women being an astronaut. And then in 2007, they had this revolutionary idea of Barbie the Secretary. So, so sometimes it's forward-thinking and sometimes not, but this year they decided there are 5 different options. Barbie maybe would be an architect or an environmentalist, a news anchor, a surgeon, and someone threw out the idea of computer engineer also. They decided to choose it by online vote, which everyone in this room, I'm sure, can understand that when you have a computer engineer vote online, it went viral very quickly, and the computer science and computer engineering community got very quickly behind it. And so that all started in December, and then in January, I got this email, and I only knew a little bit about this Barbie selection. But computer engineer Barbie was already ahead by a large margin. And so Mattel needed to start planning, what would a computer engineer Barbie look like? And so they, I imagine that they were just, perplexed, and probably there's few computer engineers working at Mattel. So they went to the Society of Women Engineers, and they also went to the National Academy of Engineering, which was sort of how I was pulled in because people at the National Academies knew me from my other work. So I got an email late in the afternoon, just before I was about to leave for work, saying, you'd never met me, but I'm in charge of publicity and outreach at the National Academy of Engineering, and we're looking for input on what you think a computer engineer Barbie would look like. It wasn't set yet, so it was a secret. I wasn't supposed to tell a lot of people, but they said, if you could, just throw together some ideas by tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, then, that would be great. And so my first impression when I got this email was, well, first it was kind of confused, but then, and it's not the type of email that I generally get, but it was also, I was very excited about it. I thought it was just a cool thing, and immediately, I didn't play with Barbies a ton when I was a kid, but the whole idea of having a computer engineer Barbie, it was exciting, but at the same time, I wasn't really sure, I was also a little confused, computer engineers I knew wore T-shirts and jeans to work generally, so that wasn't a very exciting Barbie. But it's good that they came to the National Academies and to the Society of Women Engineers, because one of their big ideas that they were pushing and wanted feedback on was they really wanted to integrate in a lab coat. They thought computer engineer Barbie should have a lab coat. So, because we all have lab coats for the computers we spill on our laps along the way. But they wanted her to look sciencey, and to the designers there, that's what sciencey meant.